Hey guys, so today I'm filming my top 10 products under $10. I have filmed several of these videos in the past, which I will have all linked down below. In 2012, I filmed 3 separate videos sharing my top 10 face, eye, and lip products. In 2014, I did an updated version, and I am doing the same today. So within those videos, there are no repeat products. So if you watch all 5 videos, you will be seeing 50 of my favorite products for under $10. So hopefully that'll be really helpful to you to learn about some great products if you are on a budget. I'm going to have all of the items that I mentioned today listed and linked in the description box, so check down there for more information. So my first favorite under $10 would be the Hard Candy Glamoflauge foundation. I do have a first impression that I will link up here for you guys, and this is a foundation that has medium coverage and it feels very lightweight on the skin. This is buildable on the skin. I really enjoy the formula of this. It holds up pretty well against my oils. The only thing that stinks about this foundation is that the shade selection is not very extensive. If you have a medium tan skin tone, they will have a shade for you, but if you are of a deep complexion, they will not have a match, so that is a huge bummer. But if you are a pale princess like me, then the shade Porcelain is going to be perfect for you. It has a strong yellow undertone and it is very, very fair. And when I apply it on my face, it actually shows up lighter than it looks in the bottle, which doesn't happen very often. So this shade is actually too light for me, but it is perfect as a mixing foundation, and that is how I'm using it today with a separate foundation that is a bit too dark for me. My next product is the Wet n Wild Fergie Take on the Day Mattifying powder. I have repurchased this several times, and this is a dupe for the NARS Translucent Crystal Light Reflecting Setting Powder Pressed. This is the best under eye setting powder. It does have a slight sheen to it, which terrified me at first because I do have oily skin even under my eyes, but it doesn't show up shimmery. It just doesn't make your skin look dry. So this powder is going to be perfect to set the under eyes, whether you have dry, normal, or oily skin. What I love about this powder is that you only need a little bit to set the area, and because I have oily skin, I cake on the powder, but when I use this, I don't have to. The formula is incredible, so definitely recommend this powder. You can use it to set your entire face, but I prefer it to set my under eyes. So speaking of setting your entire face, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in the shade 100 Translucent. Do not be fooled if you are of a deeper skin tone than me. This is not actually a translucent shade. This does have pigment to it. This is a very fair powder with a yellow undertone. Yay, finally some complexion products that actually match my skin tone. Very hard to find, but this powder is incredible. It comes in a ton of shades, so if you are of a deeper skin tone, you will be able to find a shade for you. I love this powder. It does give really nice coverage, and it does help keep me matte without looking dry or cakey. This does not oxidize on my skin. It sets my makeup perfectly. This is one of the best powders I have ever tried, and I have tried so many powders. This is great for oily skin, and I think that even if you have dry skin, this isn't going to be too dry on you, but if you are worried about it, Maybelline does sell a regular Fit Me powder that would be catering more towards a dry skin. My last face product favorite would be the Colourpop Super Shock Cheek Blushes. I do have an entire review video on these, which I will link up here if you would like to know more details. I have 6 of the blushes from the permanent line, and they have such a great shade selection. The shade I'm wearing on my cheeks today is Between the Sheets, which is a beautiful neutral color. So the Colourpop blushes come in neutral shades and really intense bright shades, which I love. So every skin tone is going to be able to find a blush for them, and several blushes that cater towards several skin tones. A lot of blush lines, especially from the drugstore, do not have a wide shade selection, but Colourpop does. So the Colourpop blushes come in matte finishes, satin finishes, and a few pearlized finishes. So I do have a few of the mattes and a few of the satins, and I don't notice a huge difference between the formulas, except the matte shades actually do have a bit of a sheen to them, and the satin shades have some shimmer, but they just look really, really nice on the cheeks. I am not a fan of cream blushes in general because I have oily skin, but these are a really nice putty texture. They're not like a cream, so these are really nice and buildable blushes. They are more of a powder finish, which I personally like because I am oily skin, but I do think that if you have dry skin, these aren't going to attach to any dry patches on your skin. I think that the formula is really unique. It's a great take on a cream blush, and I would definitely recommend you guys pick up at least one shade to try out the formula for yourself. Next, I have an eyebrow product. This is the NYX Micro Brow Eyebrow Pencil. Mine is in the shade Taupe. I do have a first impression video on this as well, which I will link up here for you guys. This is said to be a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. I have both of the pencils, and I would say they are extremely, extremely comparable. This pencil is twist up, which I love, and it twists back down. Some eyebrow pencils do not twist back down, which is a pain, but this comes to a very, very precise point. So if you are somebody that doesn't have a lot of brow and needs to precisely draw them on, this pencil is going to be perfect for you. And the consistency is kind of in the middle when it comes to creaminess and waxiness. I find that this pencil draws onto brow hair and onto skin very well, which is extremely, extremely important to me. This also comes in a ton of different shades. I have heard that the names of the shades aren't really the best descriptions, so what I would recommend is that if you already use the Anastasia Brow Wiz and you know your shade, swatch the NYX compared to the Anastasia to find the perfect shade for you. I find that this lasts on my brows all day. This is only $10. The Anastasia is 20 bucks, so that is a great deal. And you can also use $3.50 off $10 coupons from Ulta when you are purchasing these. Get them buy one, get one half off. You can really get a good deal from Ulta on these pencils. Definitely recommend this. It is an incredible drugstore brow pencil. My last eye product favorite would be the Makeup Geek eyeshadows. Makeup Geek shadows were created by Marlena or Makeup Geek TV here on YouTube. The pans retail for $6 each of their regular shadows, and their foiled shadows retail for $10 each. These shadows are incredible. Marlena has several shades that are dupes for MAC colors. She has several blog posts comparing the MAC and Makeup Geek shades, so you guys can check those out, which I think is great because MAC eyeshadow pans cost $10, Makeup Geek eyeshadow pans cost $6, so you are saving quite a bit of money when you buy the Makeup Geek versions. As you can see, I have several neutrals and several colorful shades. Makeup Geek has a very, very extensive shade selection. These shadows are very, very pigmented and blendable without being too powdery or overly blendable. I absolutely love this formula. One of the best eyeshadow formulas I've ever tried. I like these Makeup Geek shadows better than Lorac or Urban Decay. So I'm actually wearing these 4 shadows on my eyes today. I will run through all of the shades so you can know which ones I have. I have Shimma, Country Girl, Cupcake, Frappe, Bitten. This is a foiled shadow in Pegasus. Then we have Sure Thing, Wisteria, and Sharkbait. So this is in a little Z palette, and I tried to have a nice mix of neutrals and colorful shades. Incredible, absolutely love these. You can also get Makeup Geek shadows in pot form, but I would recommend getting them in a pan form and popping them into a Z palette. And on the Makeup Geek website, they do also sell the Z palettes. That's where I purchased mine. So my last 4 items are all lip products, and the first would be the Milani Moisture Matte Lipsticks. So at the beginning of 2015, Milani released 10 shades of their Moisture Matte Lipsticks, and then about a month ago, they added 10 more deep fall shades to the permanent line. So I have one of the original and one of the added colors. The first shade I have is Matte Blissful, which is a beautiful mauve-y blue tone pink. And the next shade I have is Matte Darling, which is a warm tone pink with a little bit of terracotta. So when Milani calls these moisture mattes, they are not lying. These go on matte, but they look a little bit satin. They don't look completely matte right away, but they are incredibly comfortable in moisturizing. For me, that is more important than a true matte finish. They have a ton of shades to choose from, but these are the two that I thought I would get the most use out of. And their moisture matte lipsticks do have a vanilla scent, which I love. Their original color statement lipsticks have a watermelon scent, which I don't get down with watermelon scents, but the vanilla scent on the moisture mattes is really, really nice. It is not overpowering. I do not like scented lip products, but I definitely don't mind the scent on these. They have a lot of beautiful colors. These are incredibly pigmented. They last a while still being comfortable. These are really, really, really great matte lipsticks, especially from the drugstore. One of the best lipstick lines that I've ever tried. My last three lip favorites are all from Colourpop. Colourpop is really blowing up recently. I've tried all of their products and I've really fallen in love with most of them. So my first Colourpop lip favorite would be their Lippie pencils. So I am not really that much of a lip liner person. It really depends on the lip product that I'm wearing, but I do have 5 Colourpop lip pencils. And what is really awesome is that Colourpop has so many shades to choose from. Most lines only have a pink, red, nude, and plum lip liner, but with Colourpop you have several shades. So I have 3 shades that are dupes for MAC lip liners, and then I have 2 shades that are just very, very unique when it comes to lip liners. So the first shade I have is Bound, which is a dupe for MAC's Whirl. Then I have Brink, which is a dupe for MAC Soar. I'm using this to line my lips today. And lastly, we have Wet, which is a dupe for MAC Stone. So the lavender shade I have is Brills, and the peach shade I have is Cake. So in my collection, I also have the NYX retractable lip liners, which are very nice, but I cannot apply them all over my lips because they feel too thick and cakey. The Colourpop lip liners stay put, but they glide on so easily. If you are looking for a lip liner to fill your lips in completely, Colourpop will be the lip liner for you. The formula is incredibly pigmented, super smooth, stays in place. It is very, very impressive. My next Colourpop lip favorite would be their Lippie Stix. So Colourpop has matching lip pencils and Lippie Stix for almost every single shade, which is incredible if you love lip liners. But I personally do not think that you need a lip liner with all of their Lippie Stix. If you are using a satin or matte shade, it's absolutely going to stay in place without a lip liner. But if you are using a glossy, hyper glossy, or a cream formula, you definitely might want to use a lip liner. I still don't think it's a necessity, but if you're going to feel like you need a lip liner with any of the formulas, probably the glossies. So the lip pencils either match the Lippie Stix perfectly, or they are 1 or 2 shades deeper. So I have 4 Lippie Stix here that are my favorites, and the first one is Bound, which is a glossy formula. I have Lumiere, which is a matte formula that was created by Kathleen Lights. I have Westie, which is a matte formula. This came out in the spring collection. And I have Pepper, which is a matte formula that came out in the spring collection. So there are several reasons why I love Colourpop's Lippie Stix. They're $5. They come in a ton of shades, and I love the application most of all. Because of the shape of the tube, it is always going to be at an angle, and because it is a smaller size, I actually use the edge to line my lips and then fill them in. So that's why I don't feel like I actually have to have a lip liner, because I can get the precision with the lipstick, which I don't find that I can get with most traditional lipsticks like the Milani. So I love that about the Colourpop Lippie Stix. I love that they have a ton of different formulas to choose from. I have tried one of each formula to really get a feel for the difference, but the matte formula is definitely my favorite. My last lip product favorite would be the new Colourpop Ultra Matte Lip Liquid Lipsticks. I do have a review on these as well, which I will link for you guys. And these are my 2 favorite shades. We have Clueless, which is a dusty mauve pink, and we have Solo, which is a dusty salmon shade. So As you can tell, I really like the dusty undertone of shades. I find them very flattering on my skin tone. I love these ultra matte liquid lipsticks. These are extremely opaque. They wear for a very long time. I absolutely love the doe foot applicator because it is very small, which means that you can apply your lip product very precisely, and it's also very stiff, so you don't have to worry about lip product just gushing off the applicator. So this is a product that you need to be very precise in applying it, so the applicator really helps with that. It comes in a ton of shades as well. So the liquid lipstick trend is all the rage right now, and if you're looking to try out a liquid lipstick for the first time, I would recommend the Colourpop because they're only $6 and they are a really nice formula. These were my first liquid lipsticks that I tried, and I was highly impressed. They are a little bit drying, but I don't find them to be too drying personally. So those are my top 10 products under $10 for 2015. If you guys have tried any of these products, please let me know in a comment down below your thoughts on them and your favorite shades. Also, please let me know your favorite products under $10. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.